Hello and welcome to Ayob Tells Tales, a channel where timeless literature finds a voice and every story carries a message. Today, I bring you a classic tale from one of America's greatest short story writers, O. Henry. The Carpenter Anthem is a poignant, witty, and ironic reflection on human nature, pride, and the yearning for change. So sit back, relax, and let us journey into the heart of New York City on a cold autumn night. On his bench in Madison Square, Soapy moved uneasily. He had 3 months in the park last summer. Now, with winter coming, it was time to find quarters. Not for work, of course. That wasn't Soapy's style. No. What Soapy wanted was the island, the city's detention facility, Blackwell's Island, where the beds were hard, but the meals were steady, and the man could stay warm. He was a gentleman of leisure, Soapy, with no home but the sky, and no plans but survival, and so he made up his mind. He would get arrested. That was his plan. He stood up, dusted himself off, and walked with purpose down Broadway. The first opportunity came quickly. A bright restaurant with a glittering window. He pushed the door open boldly. The head waiter seized him up immediately, tattered coat, worn shoes, and quickly steered him out. Strike 1. Soapy tried again. A more modest eatery this time. He ordered a big dinner and waited calmly. When the waiter handed him the bill, Soapy coolly said, "I have no money," but instead of calling the cops, they simply threw him out. Strike 2. Not to be discouraged, Soapy kicked over a shop window. Surely that would attract attention. A cop came strolling around the corner. Who threw that stone? The officer asked no one in particular. Soapy stood there proudly, waiting to be nabbed, but the cop ignored him and ran after a man sprinting down the street. Strike 3. At a newsstand, Soapy shouted and cursed at imaginary foes. Disorderly conduct, he thought. Move along, the officer said, unimpressed. Strike 4. Desperate, Soapy snatched an umbrella from a passerby. "I believe this is mine," he told the man. "Go ahead and keep it," the stranger said. "I found it on a bench myself." Foiled again. The night grew colder. Soapy, tired and defeated, wandered towards the church. An anthem flowed out through the stained glass. Something in the music, something stirred in him. His heart softened. Memories of his better self came rushing back. He would change. He would start anew. In that quiet moment of resolve, Soapy turned around, ready to find work, live honestly, and reclaim his dignity. Then a hand gripped his shoulder. It was a policeman. "What are you doing loitering here?" he asked. "Nothing," Soapy replied. "Come along," said the officer. And the next morning, Soapy stood before the judge, sentenced to 3 months on the island. And so ends the Carpenter Anthem, a tale of irony and redemption delayed. O. Henry reminds us how fleeting moments of inspiration can be, and how sometimes, just when we find the strength to change, life has other plans. Thank you for joining me on this journey through literature. If you enjoyed this story, please consider subscribing, leaving a comment, and sharing it with others who love a good tale. Until next time, from Ayob Tells Tales, stay inspired, stay reflective, and keep the stories alive.